In the heart of ancient Greece, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus posed a question that cuts to the very core of our existence. What is truly within our control? The answer he offered was profound and surprising. It's not our circumstances, not our possessions, and certainly not other people. Instead, he taught that there is one thing that is entirely ours: prohairesis. Prohairesis refers to the deliberate faculty of moral choice in Stoic philosophy, our reasoned capacity to assent to some impressions and reject others. Imagine your inner citadel, the only thing truly in our control, as a fortified castle. From within its walls, you decide how to respond to the world around you. Epictetus repeatedly returns to this concept in his works, such as the Discourses and the Enchiridion. What makes prohairesis so powerful is that it is entirely unaffected by luck or circumstance. Think of the ancient Greeks and Romans who lived under the constant threat of slavery, a condition where your bodily movements were strictly constrained by another's wishes. Yet, even in such extreme circumstances, Epictetus teaches that prohairesis remains unshackled. It is this very freedom that is the cornerstone of Epictetus's ethical system. For Epictetus, progress toward this noble goal of true freedom is both possible and vitally urgent. As you continue to explore the teachings of Epictetus, consider how this powerful concept can shape your own understanding of personal freedom and moral integrity. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe. It's free, it helps this channel more than you'd think, and you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it, it should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. Before Epictetus became one of antiquity's most influential teachers, he was a former slave. Born in the early years of the 1st century CE, he grew up under circumstances that would shape his ethical thought in profound ways. As a slave, Epictetus faced hardships that many of us can scarcely imagine. Yet, through these experiences, he came to understand the true nature of freedom and the power of personal choice. Despite his humble beginnings, Epictetus would go on to become a prominent philosopher of the 1st and early 2nd century CE. He was born in Hierapolis, a city now known as modern-day Pamukkale in Turkey. This region was then part of the Roman Empire, a time and place where the concept of slavery was all too common. As Epictetus grew older, he became increasingly fascinated by Stoic philosophy. This philosophy emphasizes personal freedom and moral integrity in the face of adversity. Stoicism posits that the only true freedom comes from within, a belief that resonated deeply with Epictetus given his own experiences of slavery. In his teachings, Epictetus repeatedly emphasizes that prohairesis cannot be enslaved, coerced, or damaged by external events. This radical transformation of the concept of prohairesis is a testament to Epictetus's unique background and experiences. By understanding that our true power lies in how we respond to life's challenges, rather than the challenges themselves, Epictetus offers a pathway to inner strength and freedom. Epictetus believed that external events cannot be controlled, but how we respond to them is within our power. He taught that while circumstances are often unpredictable, the judgments, desires, and actions we take in response can be controlled. Stoicism posits that only our prohairesis, our rational faculty of choice, can be considered genuinely good or bad. Everything else is indifferent. What matters most are the virtues we cultivate within ourselves. For Epictetus, Living in accordance with reason and virtue means aligning our prohairesis with nature's laws. This alignment is crucial because it shapes our moral character and integrity. In this framework, prohairesis becomes essential for navigating the challenges we face with resilience and moral integrity. Epictetus, a former slave turned influential philosopher of the early Roman Empire, demanded thorough examination of a concept he termed volition or prohairesis. This capacity for deliberate choice and moral integrity was not merely a philosophical idea, but a practical guide for navigating life. Prohairesis is not simply the act of making a decision. It is the deep, stable capacity to assent or withhold assent from impressions, desires, and impulses. It serves as the foundation of moral integrity in Stoic philosophy. Epictetus insisted that the correct use of impressions is crucial for maintaining personal freedom and moral integrity. Consider the example of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who ruled during the tumultuous late 2nd century AD. Despite the constant pressure and distractions of his imperial duties, Marcus practiced prohairesis by focusing on what was within his control, his own judgments, desires, and actions. By cultivating a strong prohairesis, he was able to maintain his inner tranquility and moral integrity amidst the chaos of his reign. Another historical figure who embodied prohairesis was Seneca, the Roman philosopher and statesman. Facing exile and eventually forced to take his own life under Nero's tyranny, Seneca demonstrated remarkable prohairesis by maintaining his dignity and philosophical principles. Their stories illustrate the practical application of prohairesis in navigating life's challenges with resilience and moral integrity. In our own lives, prohairesis helps us discern what is truly important and act accordingly. By understanding and practicing prohairesis, we can cultivate the inner strength necessary to face life's difficulties with calm and integrity. Prohairesis is the faculty of the mind that is fully in our control, the ability to form judgments and assent to impressions. This power of deliberate choice sets Stoicism apart from other philosophies. This self-determining nature of prohairesis lies at the heart of Stoic ethics and moral integrity. It transforms our understanding of ourselves and our true good. The word prohairesis itself comes from the Greek words pro, meaning before, and hairein, meaning to choose. It signifies our rational capacity to prefer one option over another. Understanding prohairesis means recognizing that our choices are truly our own. They define who we are and guide us toward a virtuous life. This transformative power of prohairesis reveals the essence of Stoic philosophy. Our freedom lies not in external circumstances, but in how we choose to respond to them. Your reason in action, your moral will, is what truly makes you, you. It's not the external world that defines you, but how you choose to respond to it. Prohairesis is the essence of Stoic ethics. It's about making decisions based on virtue rather than being swayed by passions or external events. In a world filled with distractions, it's your prohairesis that grounds you. Imagine if every decision you made was guided by reason and virtue. That's the power of prohairesis. It steers you toward a virtuous life, unshaken by external circumstances. It's through your moral will that you find inner strength and freedom, the power to live a virtuous life even in the face of adversity. The power of prohairesis lies in its ability to guide your actions and decisions with reason, ensuring that you remain true to yourself no matter what life throws at you. Epictetus, the renowned Stoic philosopher, teaches that within us lies a unique power, prohairesis, our moral will. This faculty, entirely under our control, holds the key to emotional mastery and personal freedom. He writes, "Remember that you are an actor in a drama, of such a kind as the author pleases to make it. If short, then in less space. But whether long or short, be sure the fame is for doing well the part that is assigned you." In Eudaimonia 17. Here, Epictetus illustrates prohairesis at work. It's our ability to play our role with excellence, no matter what the circumstances. Consider the example of an actor performing on stage. If a fellow actor makes a mistake or the audience reacts unfavorably, the skilled actor does not let these external factors affect their performance. Similarly, in our lives, prohairesis enables us to stay composed and act virtuously despite the ebbs and flows of fortune. It is through this faculty that we achieve emotional mastery. Epictetus emphasizes that it's not what happens to us, but how we respond that defines our character. Prohairesis empowers us to control our emotions and maintain moral integrity in the face of adversity. Thus, prohairesis shapes personal freedom by providing a steadfast control over our emotional responses, ensuring we remain true to ourselves, regardless of external events. This is the essence of Stoic emotional mastery. It's not just our emotions that are within our control, Epictetus teaches us. Our judgments, desires, and actions in response to life's events also lie firmly within the realm of prohairesis. According to him, understanding what we can control is pivotal for exercising personal freedom. The dichotomy of control, as Epictetus describes it, divides the world into two categories: things that are within our power and those that aren't. Within this dichotomy, prohairesis guides us to distinguish between what we can control, our thoughts, judgments, and actions, and what we can't control, external events and circumstances. This distinction is crucial because it helps us navigate life's challenges with clarity and moral integrity. Prohairesis, Epictetus teaches, allows us to remain steadfast in the face of adversity. It enables us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. It's like a compass that points true north amidst life's storms, helping us stay on course toward our moral goals and personal freedom. Imagine finding yourself in the midst of a chaotic situation. Your initial reaction might be to panic or lash out, but prohairesis reminds you that your response is within your control. You can choose to step back, assess the situation calmly, and then respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. This ability to control our responses is what makes prohairesis such an essential concept in Stoic philosophy. But how does this concept fit into the larger framework of Stoic virtue ethics? Let's delve deeper. The four cardinal virtues of Stoicism, wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline, are essential pillars of this ethical system. Wisdom, for instance, involves understanding the true nature of things and discerning what is genuinely good from what is not. Justice requires treating others fairly and with respect, recognizing their inherent value as rational beings. Courage is not merely the absence of fear, but the steadfastness in pursuing what is right and virtuous. Self-discipline entails mastering one's desires and passions so that they do not sway one from the path of virtue. It is through prohairesis that you decide how to respond to life's events in a manner consistent with virtue. By exercising your prohairesis, you develop the wisdom to discern right from wrong, the courage to stand for what is just, and the self-discipline to control your passions. In essence, prohairesis is the engine that drives the entire system of Stoic virtue ethics. Thus, moral integrity in Stoic philosophy is deeply rooted in the concept of prohairesis. Think of it like a muscle. The more you exercise prohairesis, choosing wisely and acting virtuously, the stronger it becomes. As your moral will grows stronger, you find yourself naturally drawn towards actions that promote Eudaimonia, kindness, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline. And here's the beautiful part. In Stoicism, true happiness doesn't come from material wealth or worldly success. It comes from living a life of virtue and wisdom, guided by your prohairesis. So, personal freedom, as guided by prohairesis, is the pathway to true happiness in Stoicism. In the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a profound quest for inner peace, captured by the term Apatheia. Apatheia is not mere apathy or indifference, Rather, it signifies an absence of passion or emotional disturbance. Prohairesis refers to your deliberate capacity to choose wisely in response to life's events. Epictetus's teachings, such as those found in the Discourses, emphasize that by cultivating a strong prohairesis, one can navigate life's challenges with equanimity. He illustrates this through the metaphor of sailing in rough waters. The skillful helmsman remains steadfast, while the inexperienced one is tossed about by every wave. Similarly, a person with a well-developed prohairesis can maintain their inner calm amidst life's storms, achieving apatheia. In essence, prohairesis is the rudder that guides you to a state of emotional tranquility and moral integrity. By embracing this Stoic principle, one can truly understand and experience the profound peace that Apatheia offers. Stoicism promotes the idea of Cosmopolitanism, which posits that all humans are citizens of a global community rather than being defined by their national or ethnic origins. This concept is deeply rooted in the Stoic belief that we are all part of a universal logos, a cosmic order that binds us together. Epictetus teaches that our true home is not a physical place, but rather the realm of thought and reason. This idea aligns with his view that external circumstances do not control us. Instead, it is how we choose to think and act in response to these events that defines our freedom. Imagine a world where every individual exercises their prohairesis wisely. Decisions would be guided by reason and virtue, rather than fleeting passions or external pressures. Such a world would reflect the Stoic ideal of a universal community, bound not by geographical borders, but by shared moral principles. Yet, this vision of a global community does not imply that differences are erased. Instead, it celebrates the diversity of human experiences and perspectives, all united under the common banner of reason and moral integrity. As Epictetus writes, "You are a citizen of the world." This statement underscores the idea that our true citizenship lies in our adherence to universal ethical principles rather than any particular place or group. In embracing prohairesis, we cultivate a sense of global community and moral unity that transcends the divisive forces of nationalism and tribalism. This understanding fosters a deep sense of peace and harmony within ourselves and with those around us, leading to a more just and compassionate world. For Epictetus, your prohairesis determines how you navigate life's challenges and maintain moral integrity during adversity. He believed that it is the only part of ourselves genuinely under our control, untouched by external events. Consider Epictetus's own journey. Born into slavery, he experienced firsthand the harsh realities of an uncontrollable world. Yet, despite these adversities, he cultivated his prohairesis to embody resilience and fortitude. One of his most influential teachings involves a case study of an archer. Epictetus advises that the true aim of life is not to hit the bullseye every time, but rather to focus on perfecting one's aim, which is within our control. This focus on the process, on honing your prohairesis, becomes crucial when faced with hardships. It is not about avoiding obstacles, but learning to face them with integrity and resilience. In times of adversity, Epictetus encourages us to remember that our true power lies not in external circumstances, but in our moral purpose and reasoned choice. This understanding fortifies our resolve. Prohairesis serves as an anchor that steadies us amidst life's storms, guiding us to respond with wisdom and courage. It transforms our perception of hardships from burdens into opportunities for growth. In the face of adversity, your prohairesis can become a beacon that illuminates the path forward. It is not merely about enduring challenges, but about growing and becoming stronger through them. In times of adversity, your prohairesis can serve as a beacon not just for yourself, but for the broader universe. By exercising wise choice amidst challenges, you contribute to the overall balance and harmony of existence. This understanding aligns prohairesis with the Stoic principle of universal interconnection. In Stoic philosophy, The concept of prohairesis is intrinsically linked to the idea of managing our desires. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, taught that prohairesis helps us distinguish between preferences and necessities. He believed that by exercising prohairesis, we can cultivate the wisdom to differentiate between what we merely want and what is truly essential for our well-being. In the Stoic text, Discourses, Epictetus emphasizes that true freedom lies not in acquiring more desires, but in mastering those we already possess. He argues that it is through prohairesis, our deliberate faculty of choice, that we can achieve this mastery. For instance, when faced with the desire for wealth, a Stoic would use prohairesis to examine whether this desire aligns with their moral principles and the natural order of things. If the desire for wealth disrupts inner tranquility or leads to unethical behavior, prohairesis guides one to reject it. On the other hand, if wealth is acquired through ethical means and contributes to a harmonious life, it may be accepted. This discipline of desire, guided by prohairesis, helps one live a life of virtue and integrity. In essence, prohairesis guides our moral choices by helping us manage our desires. Epictetus believed that cultivating prohairesis fosters moral integrity not just within oneself, but also in our relationships with others. One way this manifests is through the concept of Oikeiōsis, a natural affinity we have for others. Oikeiōsis, derived from Greek roots meaning familiar or like one's own, refers to the inherent sense of closeness and kinship we feel towards those around us. This concept is central to Stoic philosophy because it underscores our interdependence as social beings. For Epictetus, the cultivation of prohairesis helps us act virtuously toward others by strengthening this natural sense of kinship and compassion. Through prohairesis, we can choose to act in ways that honor our bonds with others, treating them with kindness, respect, and fairness. This is not just about individual moral choices, but also about creating a harmonious society where everyone's well-being is considered. In essence, prohairesis fosters moral integrity in our interactions by helping us to navigate the complexities of social life with wisdom and virtue. And that, Epictetus would argue, is what truly makes us free, acting not just for our own benefit, but also for the well-being of those around us. Within the vast cosmic order of Stoic philosophy lies the concept of logos, the universal reason that underpins reality itself. Logos is not merely a philosophical principle, but the very fabric of existence, dictating the rhythm and harmony of the universe. Epictetus illustrated this concept in his teachings by using the analogy of a dog tied to a cart. The dog can choose to walk alongside the cart or be dragged behind it. Similarly, we have the choice to align our will with logos and live in accordance with reason, or be pulled along by external events. For example, in times of adversity or hardship, Epictetus encourages us to remember that it is not the events themselves, but our response to them that defines us. By aligning our prohairesis with logos, we can remain steadfast and virtuous despite the chaos around us. Epictetus believed that this alignment with logos gives us a sense of inner calm and control amidst external turmoil. It is through our prohairesis that we can assert our moral autonomy and live in harmony with the rational order of the universe. He teaches that by continually examining and refining our capacity for deliberate choice, we can progressively align ourselves more closely with logos. This alignment, in turn, contributes to our personal freedom by ensuring our actions are guided by reason rather than impulse. So the next time you face a challenge or make a decision, remember Epictetus' teachings. Your prohairesis is not just about choosing wisely in the moment, but aligning yourself with the eternal and rational order of the universe. In this way, your actions become not merely personal, but also a reflection of the grand cosmic harmony that binds us all together. Self-cultivation within Stoicism involves a continuous process of examining and refining one's judgments, desires, and actions. It's about becoming the best version of oneself by aligning with what is truly good, virtue itself. Epictetus would often compare this process to a farmer tending to his crops. Just as the farmer nurtures and prunes to ensure the plants grow strong and healthy, so must we tend to our moral faculties. He would tell his students that their minds were like fertile soil, capable of producing either virtuous or vicious thoughts, depending on how they cared for it. But remember, Epictetus would caution, even the best soil requires constant tending. The same goes for your prohairesis. It needs to be cultivated and nurtured continuously. Think of the Stoic sage Musonius Rufus, who lived in a time when Rome was plagued by political instability and turmoil. Despite these challenges, Musonius chose to dedicate his life to teaching philosophy and promoting virtue. He believed that even in the face of adversity, one could cultivate a steadfast character through rational choice. Musonius's prohairesis was unyielding, guiding him to act with integrity and wisdom, no matter what the world threw at him. But cultivating this inner strength requires patience, diligence, and self-awareness. Epictetus teaches that we must examine our thoughts and actions critically to ensure they align with what is truly good, virtue itself. He would often say, "Do not be satisfied with the appearances, look beneath them for the reality." In other words, don't just accept your initial impressions, dig deeper to uncover the truth. Through the careful tending of their prohairesis, the Stoic sages demonstrated that one can achieve moral integrity and personal freedom, even in the most trying circumstances. This inner strength is crucial because, as he points out in the discourses, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters most. To illustrate this, consider a slave in ancient Rome. Their bodily movements and actions are strictly controlled by their master's wishes and the menial tasks they must perform. Thus, the concept of prohairesis empowers individuals to uphold their personal freedom and moral integrity independently of their circumstances, demonstrating that true self-sufficiency lies within one's own rational faculty of choice. Epictetus taught that by living in accordance with nature and using our reason, we can achieve true freedom and integrity. This concept of personal freedom is intrinsically linked to the idea of mindfulness practice. Mindfulness, as understood within Stoic philosophy, involves being fully present in each moment and responding thoughtfully to life's events. Epictetus emphasized that our true selves reside not in our possessions or reputations, but in our prohairesis, our capacity to choose wisely and act virtuously. This alignment of our choices with natural law and reason enhances our mental clarity and focus, helping us stay morally upright. By being fully present in each moment through mindfulness, we can better navigate life's challenges and maintain our moral integrity. Ultimately, prohairesis empowers individuals to remain steadfast in their values, regardless of external circumstances. This present moment awareness and mental clarity are essential aspects of Stoic mindfulness practice that Epictetus so strongly advocated for. Now, let's explore how this concept of prohairesis shapes the way Stoics approach their interpersonal relationships. Epictetus believes that managing relationships with wisdom involves cultivating a strong prohairesis. This means using your rational faculty of choice to navigate social interactions and family dynamics. He teaches that we should approach every interaction with clear, reasoned judgment, avoiding hasty or impulsive decisions. For Epictetus, the key to strong ethical relationships is maintaining our personal freedom and integrity, which he considers the only things genuinely ours. In his view, true wisdom lies in understanding what we can and cannot control. This insight transforms our perception of ourselves and our true good. Epictetus argues that maintaining a clear, reasoned will prohairesis in our interactions guides us toward virtue and ethical behavior. Through prohairesis, we become more mindful and present in our interactions, striving to act with virtue rather than passion. Epictetus's teachings on managing relationships with wisdom through prohairesis show us how Stoics maintain strong, ethical bonds that reflect their personal freedom and moral integrity. Prohairesis is more than just a philosophical term. It embodies the very essence of Stoic ethical thought. It serves as a guiding light for those seeking to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and integrity. Epictetus's ideas on prohairesis have resonated deeply with subsequent thinkers. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and philosopher, was profoundly influenced by Epictetus's teachings. In his seminal work, Meditations, Marcus Aurelius delves into the principles of prohairesis, underscoring the importance of rational choice in shaping one's character and moral integrity. For Marcus Aurelius, prohairesis represents the inner citadel that cannot be breached by external forces. It is the domain of true freedom, where one's moral purpose resides unscathed. Beyond the ancient world, Epictetus's ideas continue to find resonance in modern Stoicism. Contemporary philosophers and practitioners often turn to his teachings for insights on moral decision-making. In essence, prohairesis is not merely about making choices. It's about cultivating a rational faculty that guides one's life with wisdom and moral integrity. The legacy of Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis endures, offering timeless wisdom on how to live a life marked by inner strength and ethical clarity. By embracing the principles of prohairesis, we too can navigate life's challenges with unyielding resilience and unwavering moral integrity. In the quiet of a morning, you take your first breaths and find yourself in familiar surroundings. This moment is not unlike any other, yet it holds within it a profound opportunity. It's here that Epictetus invites us to explore the concept of prohairesis, our capacity for reasoned choice. By pre-envisioning hardships, we train ourselves to face life's challenges with composure and clarity. Imagine yourself in a difficult situation, a task gone awry, an unexpected loss. In that moment of premeditated reflection, your prohairesis is put to the test. Epictetus also introduced the concept of the dichotomy of control, distinguishing between what is within our power and what is not. Meditation on this dichotomy helps us to focus on what we can influence our thoughts, desires, and actions. As you go about your day, a slight breeze might rustle the leaves around you. This event is outside your control. But how you respond to that breeze, with appreciation or annoyance, is entirely within your prohairesis. This meditation strengthens our moral integrity by keeping us centered on what truly matters, our choices. Through these practices, Epictetus teaches that prohairesis becomes a beacon of resilience and moral steadfastness. Through prohairesis, one can develop wisdom by making informed judgments, exercising justice through fair decisions, exhibiting courage in the face of adversity, and maintaining self-discipline amidst temptations. By understanding and strengthening this moral faculty, you can establish a firm foundation for ethical living, resilient to external pressures and distractions. In essence, prohairesis forms the bedrock of Stoic character development, guiding individuals toward a life aligned with reason and virtue. This self-determining power allows you to be content with what you have, achieving a state the Stoics call Autarkeia. Autarkeia is self-sufficiency, not a lack of desires, but the ability to find satisfaction in what you already possess. This means that when you cultivate a strong prohairesis, you are more likely to find contentment in your current circumstances. Prohairesis enables you to make the most of what you have, finding joy in simplicity and rejecting the need for excessive material goods. This understanding leads to a life characterized by autarkeia, a state of inner peace and self-sufficiency that is not dependent on external circumstances. By cultivating prohairesis, one can achieve autarkeia and find personal freedom through self-sufficiency. This practice enables you to be content with your lot and live a life that is resilient and unshakable. Epictetus's vision of prohairesis as the core of personal freedom has echoed through the centuries, profoundly shaping modern ethics. The concept finds resonance in contemporary philosophers who champion free will and moral integrity. Modern philosophers like Harry Frankfurt have built upon Epictetus's ideas to explore the nuances of free will and personal responsibility. Frankfurt's influential work on bullshit delves into the distinction between honest and dishonest behavior, echoing Epictetus's emphasis on moral integrity. Similarly, John Searle's Rationality in Action explores the complexities of practical reasoning and decision-making, echoing Epictetus's focus on prohairesis as a deliberate faculty. In contemporary ethics, the idea of prohairesis has been adapted to explore how individuals navigate moral dilemmas and maintain their integrity in a complex world. The enduring relevance of Epictetus's ideas lies in their timeless message. Personal freedom and moral integrity are not determined by external circumstances, but by our own choices and actions. This principle resonates deeply with modern ethical theories that emphasize the power of individual choice and responsibility. In an era where external pressures and distractions are constant, Epictetus's teachings serve as a powerful reminder of the inner strength that comes from cultivating a strong prohairesis. The legacy of Epictetus's philosophy endures, guiding modern ethics toward a deeper understanding of human freedom and moral integrity. As we explore the vast landscape of ethical thought, it is clear that Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis remain a beacon, illuminating the path to personal freedom and moral integrity. At the core of Epictetus's philosophy lies logos, the principle of rational thought and action. Logos is not merely a tool for decision-making, but the very essence of what it means to be human in Stoic thought. Imagine a sailor navigating treacherous waters. The wind and waves are beyond his control, but his skillful use of the rudder determines his course. Similarly, Epictetus argues that our reason guides us through life's tumultuous seas. This rational foundation deepens our understanding of personal freedom and moral integrity. When we cultivate prohairesis, we are not merely reacting to life's events, but actively choosing how to respond with wisdom and virtue. As we delve deeper into the Stoic ideal, it becomes clear that Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis are not just prescriptive but transformative. They guide us toward a life lived in accordance with reason and virtue, a beacon illuminating the path to true personal freedom. This is the essence of Stoic rationality, a life guided by our reasoned choices, grounded in logos, and navigated with wisdom and integrity. It is a life worth striving for, as it aligns us with our highest virtues and deepest aspirations. In contemporary psychology, the sense of personal freedom often hinges on our ability to make choices that align with our deepest values and aspirations. This resonates deeply with Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis. For Epictetus, prohairesis isn't merely about individual choices, it extends to our societal responsibilities as well. He believed that our moral integrity is intimately tied to how we conduct ourselves in society. In the Discourses, Epictetus discusses the idea of Stoic social responsibility, emphasizing that our actions should be guided by a deep sense of duty and care for others. He teaches that every individual has an obligation to act in accordance with virtue, not merely for personal gain, but for the betterment of society as a whole. Epictetus believed that our prohairesis should guide us towards actions that foster harmony and cohesion within our communities, rather than selfish pursuits. He argues that this sense of responsibility is not merely about compliance with rules, but about actively seeking the good of others and contributing to a just and equitable society. For Epictetus, true freedom isn't found in independence from societal norms, but in the ability to exercise one's moral judgments within a structured community. This understanding of social responsibility elevates prohairesis to more than just a personal faculty. It becomes the cornerstone for cultivating a virtuous society where each individual is accountable for their actions. In essence, Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis remind us that our personal freedom and moral integrity are intertwined with our duties towards others, emphasizing the importance of living a life guided by virtue and care for the greater good. This transformative power of prohairesis highlights the Stoic belief in self-determination and personal freedom. Ultimately, Epictetus argues that your prohairesis shapes not only your inner life, but also your moral integrity and personal growth. Epictetus distinguishes between natural desires, those aligned with our true nature, and unnatural ones, which hinder personal freedom. Natural desires are in harmony with our rational selves and do not conflict with our prohairesis. Unnatural desires, on the other hand, stem from external pressures and societal expectations. They can cloud our judgment and lead us away from our moral center. Cultivating prohairesis involves developing indifference to these externals, understanding that our true freedom lies in our choices, not our circumstances. Epictetus teaches that by mastering prohairesis, we can minimize dependencies on external factors. This frees us from the constant whims of fortune and allows our moral integrity to shine. Imagine a person who has honed their prohairesis. They stand unshaken amidst life's storms, responding with wisdom and courage. Their moral integrity is not swayed by fleeting desires or fickle circumstances. Ultimately, Epictetus argues that this inner fortitude is the cornerstone of a virtuous life. It allows us to navigate the complexities of existence with grace and resilience. Prohairesis, the Stoic concept of moral choice, is no mere whim. For Epictetus, it's the steadfast bedrock upon which our character stands firm, unyielding even in the face of adversity. Imagine a tree rooted deeply in the earth, withstanding even the fiercest winds. Such is prohairesis, steadfastly holding its ground in the face of life's tempests. To Epictetus, adhering to virtues despite adversity is not a passive act, but an active one, a continuous, deliberate exercise of our moral will. He believes that living according to nature means aligning our choices and actions with the natural order of things. It's not about passive acceptance, but active participation in our own moral development. Prohairesis, then, is our compass, guiding us through the complexities of existence with grace and resilience. It fortifies our moral integrity, ensuring that we remain true to ourselves and our principles no matter what challenges come our way. In this sense, prohairesis is more than just a faculty of choice. It's the very embodiment of our moral consistency. Think of it as the steadfast beacon that illuminates our path, allowing us to navigate life's intricacies with unwavering conviction and integrity. This is what makes prohairesis the cornerstone of a virtuous life, our ability to maintain moral consistency even in the face of adversity. In the Discourses, Epictetus stresses that our moral integrity is determined not by societal expectations, but by our internal values. He teaches us to prioritize what is genuinely good or bad over what is merely preferred or dispreferred. Epictetus uses the term preferred indifference to describe things that are neither good nor bad, but merely preferred by individuals based on their personal ethics. For instance, a comfortable home might be a preferred indifference for one person, while another might prefer the simplicity of minimalist living. The concept of preferred indifference underscores that moral choice is not about the external conditions, but about how we respond to them internally. Epictetus believed that true freedom comes from aligning our actions with our deepest values rather than conforming to societal pressures. This is why prohairesis, our moral will, is crucial in navigating social pressure, which can often distort our sense of right and wrong. By cultivating a strong prohairesis, we safeguard our personal freedom by upholding internal values over external expectations. For him, self-control was not merely about resisting temptations, but about cultivating a strong prohairesis, your rational faculty of choice. Epictetus taught that by strengthening this inner citadel, you can maintain moral integrity even in the face of external pressures. Epictetus emphasized that external events cannot control your inner life. Only you can do that through the choices you make. He saw prohairesis as the pivotal tool for maintaining moral integrity in a world full of noise and distraction. By nurturing this deep, stable capacity for judgment and assent, you can withstand the tests of life's challenges. The Stoics believed that understanding what you can and cannot control is crucial to living a virtuous life. Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis show that self-discipline is the key to unlocking personal freedom and upholding moral integrity. Through rigorous self-control, your prohairesis guides you in making choices that align with your deepest values and aspirations. Through wise decision-making, prohairesis helps us navigate life's complexities with integrity and moral purpose. In the discourses, Epictetus provides examples of how wise choices can lead to moral integrity. He emphasizes that true freedom lies in our ability to choose wisely, even when faced with adversity. Epictetus offers a striking example of prohairesis in action, the story of Agamemnon. Despite being betrayed by his wife Clytemnestra, Agamemnon remained steadfast and loyal. This illustrates how prohairesis enables individuals to act with moral independence, even in the face of adversity. Prohairesis, therefore, is foundational to ethical autonomy. It allows us to exercise personal freedom in our moral actions, even when faced with external pressures or limitations. Epictetus reminds us, "Do not seek to have everything that happens happen as you wish, but wish for everything to happen as it actually will happen, and your life will be serene." This encapsulates the essence of Stoic ethical autonomy, aligning our choices with reality and maintaining inner peace. In closing, prohairesis is not merely a philosophical concept, it's a practical tool for navigating life's challenges. By understanding and cultivating this faculty of choice, we can achieve the moral independence and ethical autonomy that Epictetus so deeply valued. In the ancient world of Stoic philosophy, Epictetus introduced a concept that fundamentally reshapes our understanding of personal freedom and moral integrity, prohairesis. Self-transcendence, as understood by Epictetus, is not about achieving a higher spiritual state, but rather rising above our immediate circumstances to maintain moral integrity despite adversities. It is about mastering our internal responses and choices in the face of external challenges. Consider an example from Epictetus's discourses. A person finds themselves in a situation where their body is subjected to extreme torture or hardship. In such circumstances, it would be natural for the mind to succumb to fear and pain. But if we can rise above these immediate sensations and choose to respond with courage, resilience, and dignity, we have transcended the limitations of our physical body and maintained our moral integrity. This notion of self-transcendence provides a profound insight into the nature of personal freedom and moral integrity within Stoic philosophy. It teaches us that true liberty is not merely being free from external constraints, but also being free to choose our responses in accordance with reason and virtue. One historical example of this resistance is the life of Epictetus himself. Born into slavery, he endured hardships and yet maintained his moral integrity by adhering to his reasoned judgments and choices. Despite being a slave, Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from within, from the ability to choose one's response to external events. This is the essence of prohairesis. Prohairesis empowers us to navigate a world full of distractions and pressures by allowing us to remain steadfast in our principles and make decisions based on virtue rather than impulse. The role of prohairesis becomes especially apparent when faced with temptations that could lead to moral compromise. It enables us to maintain unwavering moral integrity by providing a stable foundation for our choices. Ultimately, prohairesis allows us to resist moral compromise by ensuring that our actions align with our values and principles, even in the face of adversity. In this way, prohairesis is not just a concept, it's a practical tool for maintaining moral integrity and navigating the complexities of life with wisdom and virtue. By understanding and cultivating our prohairesis, we can live lives that are truly free, not merely from external constraints, but also from the internal pressures that could lead us to compromise our moral integrity. In his teachings, Epictetus emphasizes that hardship is inevitable, but how you respond to it is entirely up to you. He argues that it's not the events themselves that define you, but rather your prohairesis, your reasoned choices and actions. Despite the pressures and setbacks, Aurelius never compromised his moral integrity. His prohairesis was his anchor, guiding him through the storms of adversity with calm resolve. His prohairesis, his reasoned choices, and unwavering commitment to ethical living allowed him to rise above his circumstances and shape a legacy that endures to this day. Moreover, Epictetus teaches that the obstacles you face are not obstacles at all, but opportunities to exercise and strengthen your prohairesis. He likens this process to training in a gymnasium. Each challenge makes you stronger, more resilient, and better equipped to face future hardships. In this light, prohairesis isn't just about surviving hardship, it's about thriving within it, maintaining your integrity and freedom even as the storm rages around you. And so, with prohairesis as your guide, you can endure not just the trials of life, but also live freely and authentically within them. This is the power of Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis. They empower you to maintain your moral integrity and personal freedom, even in the most challenging circumstances. This perspective on moral choice emphasizes that true freedom lies within our control over how we respond to external events, not the events themselves. Historically, Stoic leaders like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca demonstrated this philosophy in their own lives, guiding their actions with integrity even amidst challenging circumstances. Epictetus believed that virtuous leadership involves using one's prohairesis to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and moral fortitude. By cultivating a strong prohairesis, leaders can remain steadfast in their moral principles, making decisions that align with virtue rather than personal gain or external pressures. This approach to leadership ensures that actions are guided by reason and virtue, fostering an environment of integrity and trust. In conclusion, the concept of prohairesis offers a profound framework for moral leadership within Stoicism. Epictetus believed that our prohairesis, our rational faculty of choice, determines the shape of our inner lives. Unlike our bodies or possessions, which are subject to change and external forces, our prohairesis is uniquely ours and under our control. To illustrate this growth, consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor who was deeply influenced by Stoic philosophy. Despite his vast political responsibilities and the pressures of ruling an empire, Marcus practiced Stoicism diligently. His personal growth is evident in his writings, such as Meditations, where he reflects on how to maintain moral integrity amidst chaos. Epictetus teaches that our prohairesis allows us to make conscious choices in the face of adversity and uncertainty. He argues that by exercising our rational faculty consistently, we can develop the resilience needed to navigate life's challenges. This growth is not just about surviving, it's about thriving and becoming a more virtuous person. In real-life accounts of Stoic practitioners, we see the power of prohairesis in action. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, faced exile and later forced suicide, yet his writings showcase a steadfast commitment to virtue and personal growth. Both Seneca and Marcus Aurelius demonstrate that despite external circumstances, our prohairesis, our moral will, remains a constant force for growth. Epictetus argues that this continuous pursuit of virtue and moral integrity is what sets us on the path to true freedom. By developing a strong prohairesis, we learn to control our reactions and responses to life's events, thereby achieving inner peace and moral integrity. This growth is not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing journey of self-improvement. Epictetus emphasizes that our prohairesis supports the continuous pursuit of virtue and moral integrity, allowing us to grow steadily throughout our lives. By embracing this process, we can live in accordance with reason and virtue, the essence of Stoic philosophy, Consider a simple scenario. A friend invites you to join them in an unethical act. Your prohairesis guides your response. It's not just about the decision you make, but also about the integrity and self-discipline it cultivates. For instance, if someone tries to provoke you into anger, your prohairesis allows you to remain calm and composed. You choose not to let their actions dictate your emotional state. Epictetus emphasizes premeditatio malorum, the practice of imagining future adversities to prepare mentally for challenges that may arise. This concept ties directly into prohairesis, as it trains your mind to remain calm and composed in the face of potential setbacks. By engaging in mental exercises like negative visualization, you cultivate resilience through prohairesis. For example, envisioning a loved one passing away can help you emotionally prepare for that eventuality and maintain your inner strength when it occurs. These practices enhance your ability to handle difficult situations with grace and composure, ensuring that your emotional state is not dictated by external circumstances. Prohairesis allows you to remain calm even when faced with significant challenges, reinforcing your personal freedom and moral integrity. Epictetus's ideas have had far-reaching philosophical influence, shaping modern thought on personal freedom and moral integrity. In the early 19th century, Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard drew heavily on Stoic principles, particularly those surrounding prohairesis. Kierkegaard's existentialist philosophy emphasizes individual choice and personal freedom, concepts deeply rooted in Epictetus's teachings on prohairesis. In his seminal work, Either Or, Kierkegaard explores the dichotomy between aesthetic and ethical life choices, echoing Epictetus's distinction between controlled and uncontrolled spheres. Modern ethics and leadership theories also reflect the influence of prohairesis. Political leaders similarly grapple with the distinction between their sphere of influence and external events beyond their control. Epictetus's teachings remind us that while we cannot control all circumstances, our moral integrity and personal freedom lie in how we choose to respond. This principle underscores the enduring relevance of prohairesis in both ethical decision-making and leadership strategies today. Prohairesis serves as a timeless guidepost, steering us toward rational choices that uphold our moral integrity and personal freedom. Prohairesis, as outlined by Epictetus, isn't just a philosophical concept. It's a practical tool for navigating life's challenges with moral integrity and personal freedom. Let's explore how this Stoic principle can be applied to real-life situations. In times of adversity, Marcus didn't dwell on what he couldn't control but focused on his choices. Prohairesis, he believed that by making rational decisions rooted in virtue, he could maintain inner peace amidst chaos. This view from above practice stemming from prohairesis helps put challenges into perspective. It's not about avoiding problems, but seeing them as opportunities to exercise our moral judgment. Today, business leaders facing crises often turn to these same principles. In a boardroom filled with uncertainty, they choose to focus on what's within their control, their decisions and responses. Take, for example, a CEO during the 2008 financial crisis. Amidst market turmoil, she didn't fixate on the economic downturn but focused on her company's strategy, a choice entirely under her control. She guided her team through tough choices with moral integrity, recognizing that external events are beyond their control, but their reactions aren't. Individuals too can apply prohairesis in daily life. Imagine a teacher facing budget cuts that threaten their students' education. Instead of despairing over the situation, they choose to focus on creative ways to continue teaching, an action within their power. This isn't about denying reality, but confronting it with a clear mind and a resolve to act wisely. It's about understanding that our freedom lies not in circumstances, but in our capacity for reasoned choice. The practice of view from above can also be applied in personal relationships. When faced with disagreements, imagine looking at the situation as if you were a neutral observer. This perspective helps in seeing both sides of the argument and making more reasoned decisions that uphold moral integrity. In essence, prohairesis isn't about passively accepting fate, but actively choosing how we respond to life's challenges. It's a powerful tool that can transform adversity into opportunities for personal growth and moral fortitude. By applying prohairesis to our daily lives, we can enhance our personal freedom and moral integrity, making these philosophical concepts tangible and practical. He believed that prohairesis is crucial for maintaining steadfastness and endurance in the face of adversity. In the Discourses, Epictetus emphasizes the importance of choosing how you respond to life's events. Epictetus himself experienced adversity as a slave, yet he taught that true freedom is not found in external circumstances, but in the strength of one's inner citadel, which is governed by prohairesis. In times of adversity, it is prohairesis that allows one to maintain resilience and integrity. For example, the Stoic philosopher Seneca endured exile with remarkable composure, relying on his prohairesis. His letters from exile reveal a man who chose to maintain his equanimity and moral fortitude despite the hardships he faced. This steadfastness is a testament to the power of prohairesis. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from being able to choose how you respond to events, not from controlling the events themselves. This fortifies moral integrity under duress. By cultivating a strong prohairesis, one can withstand the tests of adversity and maintain inner strength and freedom. In the face of change and unpredictable circumstances, Stoic philosophy advocates for adaptability as a means to preserve personal freedom. Epictetus teaches that while we cannot control external events, we can govern our responses to them. This adaptability within the dichotomy of control is exemplified by historical figures like Marcus Aurelius. As a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius demonstrated resilience in the face of adversity. He navigated through political turmoil and personal grief with unwavering moral integrity, upholding the principles of Stoicism. His ability to maintain composure amidst chaos is a testament to the power of prohairesis in shaping personal freedom and integrity. The concept of prohairesis thus provides a framework for adaptability and preserving moral integrity amidst unpredictable circumstances. It allows individuals to navigate change with a sense of inner control and resilience. This is illustrated through the example of Marcus Aurelius, who demonstrated that external events cannot dictate one's inner state. Ultimately, prohairesis serves as a beacon of moral integrity and personal freedom in the midst of an ever-changing world. In doing so, it supports our ability to adapt and remain steadfast in the face of uncertainty. This adaptability is key to preserving moral integrity and personal freedom in a world full of unpredictable circumstances. Prohairesis, as outlined by Epictetus, shapes how we view moral agency within Stoicism. This faculty, fully within our control, is the essence of what it means to act with moral integrity. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius used this concept of prohairesis to guide their ethical decisions in the face of unpredictable circumstances. By cultivating a strong prohairesis, they maintained personal freedom and moral integrity in a world beyond their control. The practical application of prohairesis empowers individuals to act with the highest moral standards, even when external events are chaotic and unpredictable. The hegemonikon serves as the faculty that guides our deliberate choices and moral judgment. Epictetus teaches that by cultivating a strong prohairesis, we can prepare ourselves for the adversities of life. For instance, in the Discourses, Epictetus advises that we should not fear hardships or setbacks, but rather embrace them as opportunities to test our moral fortitude. This resilience is not passive, but an active preparedness that comes from a well-trained prohairesis. Epictetus suggests that we should visualize and rehearse our responses to potential challenges, thus fortifying our moral integrity against external pressures. Through this Stoic ethical preparedness, we can maintain our composure and virtue even in the face of adversity. Epictetus believed that this continuous inner faculty is what enables us to act with integrity and virtue regardless of external circumstances. Consider the story of a slave named Epictetus who risked his life to deliver a message. Despite facing death, he chose to remain steadfast in his duty. Through prohairesis, Epictetus exercised his ethical agency, choosing to act with virtue and integrity even in the face of grave danger. This capacity for ethical choice is what makes us truly free, according to Epictetus. In Stoicism, prohairesis is the key to inner strength and freedom. It's our ability to choose wisely in a world filled with noise and distractions. Consider the example of Socrates. Despite facing numerous challenges, he maintained his moral integrity through consistent virtuous actions guided by prohairesis. His steadfast adherence to virtue, even in the face of adversity, demonstrates the power of prohairesis in shaping personal integrity and moral decision-making. Prohairesis is not merely about making a single virtuous choice, but maintaining consistency in our actions over time. In everyday life, prohairesis influences how we react to setbacks and challenges. It's about choosing to respond with calm and wisdom rather than impulsive emotion. By cultivating strong prohairesis, we can live lives guided by reason and virtue, regardless of the external circumstances we face. This concept inspired active engagement with moral issues among historical Stoic figures rather than passive acceptance of their circumstances. Take Marcus Aurelius, for example. Despite being a Roman emperor, he often reflected on the imperfections of his own character and worked diligently to improve himself. His writings and meditations demonstrate a deep commitment to self-examination and moral growth, guided by his prohairesis. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, advocated for ethical activism through philosophical inquiry and public service. Their actions were not driven by mere acceptance of fate, but by a deliberate choice to align their lives with virtue and reason. This deep-seated moral purpose, or prohairesis, is what motivated these philosophers to engage actively with the ethical challenges of their time. Through cultivating strong prohairesis, they demonstrated that personal freedom and integrity lead to meaningful ethical action. This understanding of prohairesis deepens our appreciation for the role of deliberate choice in shaping moral character and driving ethical activism. He believed that self-control was not merely about repressing desires, but cultivating the ability to choose wisely. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you are, a human being. Then say to yourself who you are, a citizen of the universe." This suggests that our true identity lies not in external roles or possessions, but in our capacity to make deliberate choices. In his discourses, he advises, "Make it your study then to confront every difficult impression with words like these. Why be troubled? Why be dejected? Numb?" The concept of prohairesis, as outlined by Epictetus, is at the heart of this blueprint. This faculty of choosing shapes how leaders navigate the complexities of their roles and maintain moral integrity. Aurelius famously wrote in his Meditations that a man's worth is no greater than the worth of the things he cares about. This principle underscores the importance of prohairesis in ethical leadership. For Aurelius, prohairesis meant choosing to focus on what truly mattered, the well-being of his citizens and the integrity of his decisions. Epictetus would advise that in moments of crisis or difficulty, a leader must exercise prohairesis to remain steadfast. He teaches that in the face of adversity, leaders must ask themselves, why be troubled? Why be dejected? This deliberate, reasoned choice empowers leaders to maintain moral integrity and personal freedom in their decisions. By grounding their actions in reason and virtue, leaders can navigate the storms of power without losing sight of what truly matters. In doing so, leaders not only maintain their moral integrity, but also inspire those around them to strive for similar virtue. Epictetus believed that the cultivation of prohairesis is crucial for personal growth and continuous self-improvement. In his teachings, he emphasized practices such as self-examination and contemplation to aid in this evolution. Self-examination involves regularly reflecting on your actions, thoughts, and motivations to ensure they align with your moral principles. Contemplation, on the other hand, is about imagining challenging scenarios and planning your responses in advance. These practices are not isolated moments of reflection, but continuous exercises that help shape prohairesis over time. Through these methods, Epictetus believed that one can achieve a state of inner tranquility and moral integrity. This continuous evolution driven by prohairesis reinforces the idea that personal freedom is not merely the absence of external constraints, but the cultivation of an internal, rational faculty of choice. As we delve into the concept of prohairesis, it becomes clear that Stoic philosophy does not shy away from the reality of fate. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, argues that our prohairesis, or rational faculty of choice, is the key to navigating the events life throws at us. Epictetus teaches the principle of amor fati, loving one's fate. This concept does not imply passivity, but rather an active embrace of our circumstances. This means that while we cannot change the hand fate deals us, we can control our reaction and response to it. By accepting our lot in life with prohairesis, we maintain personal freedom and moral integrity without being victims of circumstance. Imagine a storm at sea. The ship cannot control the winds or waves, but the captain can navigate through the chaos with skill and courage. The captain's prohairesis guides him through the storm, demonstrating how we can face adversity with resilience and virtue. This perspective on fate and personal freedom is not about resignation, but about empowerment, recognizing that our choices shape who we are. In embracing our fate with prohairesis, we affirm our moral integrity and demonstrate that true freedom lies within.